For the majority of my life, I've been a Windows user and an avid macOS hater. I've created so much content telling people that Mac computers are overpriced, they're absolutely not worth it, you can spend way less money, get a way better computer with Windows on it, and you can do anything you want with it. I believed that until a couple of years ago when I purchased the M1 MacBook Pro just to review it, and it slowly started to win me over. I found myself using this laptop as a complete replacement for my Windows desktop. For the past year, I haven't used a Windows computer for the entire time. That is until a few days ago when I turned on my old Dell XPS 15 laptop. I was trying to set it up to get it working for my wife, and oh my gosh, I hate Windows now. This video is sponsored by Click-a-Snap, which is a brand new social media platform. It's one part Instagram, one part Shutterstock, and one part Google AdSense all wrapped into one. The most unique element of Click-a-Snap is that you get paid up to $9 for every 1,000 views your images get, which is honestly much more than we get paid on YouTube. And if you want, you can choose to sell your photos on the platform as well. Unlike every other social media platform, with Click-a-Snap, you don't have to give up your image rights, you don't have to figure out how to game some algorithm, and there's no data harvesting or selling to third-party entities. If you're a photographer looking for a new way to display your work while also making money, join Click-a-Snap in the link below. So my wife currently owns an ancient IBM laptop computer. She bought this thing new for $500 like 10 years ago, and somehow it's still working, but just barely. She was telling me that she kind of wanted a new laptop, and I said, I'm happy to buy you whatever you want, but I also have this laptop sitting on the floor in my office and I haven't used it in years. Do you want that one? And she said, yeah, that'd be fine. So I open up this laptop, and the first thing that I realize is that this fake carbon fiber palm rest is sticky everywhere. It feels like this laptop has been sitting on the dashboard of a hot car for an entire year. It feels disgusting. To even use this laptop at all, I had to put packing tape all over the palm rest of this laptop because the sticky feeling was horrible. I ended up looking this up online, and apparently this is a known issue with the Dell XPS laptops. Other people have even more melted and stickier palm rests than me. This is so crazy to me that this is even a problem, but it just immediately reminded me how crappy Windows computers are built. The all aluminum MacBook Pros that came out 10 years ago still look modern today. And if you take care of them, they'll still look new a decade later. This Dell laptop somehow melted just sitting in my air-conditioned office. Now, after taping up this laptop, I decided to turn it on, and guess what? It wouldn't boot to Windows. I wish I had gotten video of this, but I wasn't even planning on making this video. But the laptop would not boot. It just gave me some error right off the bat every time I would turn it on. Now, I thought the computer was bricked for some reason. I thought it just broke from old age sitting on my shelf over here. But after hours of looking into it, I did find some strange setting in the BIOS that I could flip, and all of a sudden it started working. Why did this happen if I haven't used the computer in an entire year and it worked perfectly the last time I turned it on? I have no idea. The only thing that I can think is maybe the computer did one of its automatic updates, and when it did that, it changed some setting and broke itself, and then I just haven't used it since then, but I'm not sure. Now, even though there was packing tape all over this laptop now, I wanted the laptop to be as nice as possible for my wife. I wanted it to be nice and clean and updated, so I decided to format the entire computer and start from scratch. Now, this process is far easier than it used to be, but it's still incredibly slow. I think it took something like 2 hours to format this thing and then reinstall Windows, and then I had to start the insane process of going through all of the updates. There's not been a single time with my MacBook where I've had to install an application and then restart my computer immediately afterwards to make sure the application works correctly. But every time I did anything on this old Windows laptop, I had to restart the laptop every single time. I swear to you, I am not exaggerating when I say this laptop turned itself off 20 times during the process of updating it and installing different applications. Every time I did anything, the laptop would tell me that I have to restart right now. Holy shit, this computer needs updates for its updates. I swear to you, I downloaded something like 12 different updates, and each one required its own separate restart. and immediately after restarting, it would tell me it needed to download more security updates. It was like some sort of comedy skit. And while I'm dealing with these endless restarts, I keep getting these pop-up messages for Microsoft OneDrive or something. I don't even know what that is. And it's just telling me like, hey, why don't you sign up? Hey, give us money. Don't you want to put all your stuff on the cloud? Every single time the computer restarts, I'm having to hit no, stop asking me about this. I never want to buy this, but it never stops. The other thing that I noticed about Windows is it just seems like they keep sneaking in different types of advertisements for Bing and like their news service and everything. And it's just like more stuff that I'm constantly having to figure out how to turn off. There's this weird cranberry icon on the bottom of my computer, and when I hover over it, it starts telling me all this stuff about a cranberry harvest. Like, why in the world would anybody want that on their computer? And Microsoft has just decided like, we're just gonna pipe this out to every person on Earth who use one of our computers. They definitely wanna know all about cranberry harvest. It's just nuts. And then the Windows start bar. I don't have a problem with putting all of my applications in alphabetical order, that's fine. But then Microsoft sneaks in all of the weird ads for each one of their weird products that nobody wants to use on the right in these weird tile format that doesn't make any sense. I just hate it. There is literally a tile here for LinkedIn. Why is that on a freshly installed version of Windows? I don't understand. So when you click on it, it literally just takes you to the Microsoft Store to buy LinkedIn. Oh, it's just automatically downloading. Oh, screw you. Okay. And look down here now, like this bar keeps changing. Now it says watch list ideas. What does that even mean? I just have no clue what this stuff is. It's just constantly popping up on my computer. It feels like I've just accidentally downloaded some sort of virus that's just doing a bunch of stuff to my computer in the background and just stuff is randomly popping up. But apparently that's just Windows now. They're just like, hey, look at this. Hey, we can do that. Hey, why don't you click over here? Why don't you add this? Hey, have you thought about signing up for OneDrive? I can remember when I first bought the MacBook Pro and just how frustrating it was to learn something different when I was so accustomed to Windows. I think it was even more frustrating to come back to Windows and use this loud and sticky and slow, constantly restarting laptop, while at the same time having to sit through all of the ads for cranberry festivals, LinkedIn applications, OneDrive subscription plans. It drove me absolutely mad. I finally understand why all the Apple fanboys have been willing to pay this Apple tax over the years. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is just me not being used to Windows and kind of forgetting all of the hoops you have to jump through and figuring out workarounds to turn a lot of this stuff off. But as it stands right now, I am so happy to give this laptop to my wife, and I am happily going back to my MacBook. Are you a photographer? Well, we're doing a huge portrait photography contest right now, and the winner of this contest is going to get this incredible laptop. I'm just kidding. The winner is actually going to get Tamron's updated version of their 70 to 180 millimeter 2.8 lens. This lens is absolutely incredible with my Sony cameras, but if you happen to shoot Nikon or Canon, you can choose that mount as well. Second place is going to get the world's most advanced Thunderbolt dock by Ivanki, and third place is going to win a free tutorial from the F-Stopper store. You can check out this contest at fstoppers.com/contest right now.